All right, Shalom. I want to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh Ba'Shem, Yahweh Shai Ba'Shem, Kakadash, the abundance of the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, who rule well. Peace and salutations to you, sincere Akim out there, pushing the truth across the four corners of earth. All right, I'm the brother Shaman, formerly of Great Millstone St. Louis. I'm in Great Millstone, Chicago, Salakia, on getting more out, feeding the flock more. I just did a move, took me a couple of days to get my affairs in order, but I'm back. I got my stuff in order. All right, and this is Luke 4:18. All right, because this is ultimately what was set up here to do, man, to push this word out to the four corners of the earth, so Israel will wake up. All right, so-called Latino, so-called Black, so-called Native American people. All right, because you got 4th of July coming up. And that's all you hear is niggas setting off fireworks and shit. Meanwhile, people also wanted to celebrate Juneteenth. They wanted to celebrate freedom. All right, but if you're celebrating 4th of July, which that's supposed to be freedom for America, then you wasn't actually free. All right? This is Luke 4:18, though. The Spirit of the Lord is upon me, because he hath anointed me to preach the gospel to the poor. He hath sent me to heal the brokenhearted, to preach deliverance to the captives, and recovering of sight to the blind, to set at liberty them that are bruised. And now the people who are blinded, the most, are the people who are fooled by this covering that Esau has set up, just like I was mentioning, the whole 4th of July thing. All right, people are going to come out, congregate, with this is what they're gonna do. They're gonna come out, they're gonna congregate, they're gonna shoot off fireworks, which is gonna lead to more trash in the street, more work for the maintenance workers and stuff who have to pick that shit up, who have to put the fires out when people throw that shit away. Okay, people are gonna put masks on when it's still, it's all smoky and stuff outside from people shooting fireworks off all night. They're gonna do all of that with a mask on. All right, and that fucking smoke and tar is gonna sit on your mask, and you're gonna breathe that shit in. This place is wicked, and it's gotta go. Okay, verse 19, to preach the acceptable year of the Lord. Exactly. And the acceptable year is what? The year where the Lord is returning, which this is the year coined by head Apostle Tahar as the year of prophecy. But the acceptable year is whatever year the Lord returns, be it this year or, if it's not this year, Lord willing next year. If it's not that year, Lord willing the year after that. Whatever year that might be, that's for us to do, man. And this is what we're in, 2020, Anno Domini, in the year of the Lord. Okay? So it's all spiritual. People want it to be like a mystery, which, is going to tell you that they want it to be it is a mystery, but the Lord set up clues, and the Lord gave us understanding according to the scriptures. Put it like that. Matter of fact, I'll let the scriptures talk, because they say it even better. 2 Timothy 3:1. This know also, that in the last days perilous times shall come. And that's exactly what we're in right now, perilous times. Times where you can't even walk around. Because this whole thing, for them to be able to enforce this, for millions of people to have to put fucking masks on, you know what I'm saying? You can't even walk around and get close because they're talking about social distance, social distance, social distance. These are perilous times. For men shall be lovers of their own selves, covetous, boasters, proud, blasphemers, disobedient to parents, unthankful, unholy. Exactly, and that's exactly what our people are on right now. All right, the covetous, the lovers of selves, man. Look at all these different social media platforms where, hey, the brotherhood, we use it to communicate. There it is right there. We use it to put out orders, put out messages, but the people of this world on the Salakia, the people of this world on the corrupted side, they use it to push their self, The men want to they want to take selfies and do all of this weird shit, for the world to see. The women, they want to, put up, show their assets and show their goodies, so they can receive as much attention as possible. That's the world we're living in. All right, where nobody's thinking about today, because once you look at the Roman Empire, right? Everybody knows it's the Roman Empire, but what happened with the Roman Empire? The so-called Israelites eventually took over the Roman Empire, right? And today, the so-called Jews, people who call themselves Jews, they're the ones who are running the new Roman Empire. But the scriptures talk about there's nothing new under the sun. So where's the connection with that? The very enemies of your people are now the same two people who are running this future Rome, future Babylon, future Egypt. No, the Israelites are right back in the same position, okay, underneath, fighting with and dealing with the treacherousness of the so-called Edomites, which those are the Romans, those are the Idumeans, all of the names which they've stolen. It said what? Blasphemous, disobedience to parents, unthankful, unholy, without natural affection, truce breakers, false accusers, incontinent, fierce, despisers of those that are good. And here it is, brothers give up all their time. Brothers pretty much base their lives around serving Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, serving the scriptures, and you still got Jake, who they'll walk around us, you know what I'm saying, and they just completely despise what we're saying, even though everything we're saying is 100% true, and it can be backed up and validated either by the Bible or by history, right? And if when you in that mindset, but then they'll also say Black Lives Matter. They'll also say, we want rights and we want to build up as a nation, but you can't even come up with something small as that on a moral level. You're corrupted. They said what? Traitors, heady, high-minded, lovers of pleasures more than the lovers of Most High. And that's exactly what our people are caught up in. The love of the pleasure. Here it is, July. This is the time where everybody's out having a barbecue, having a good old time. Esau is using all of this, COVID shit and mass shit as leverage for the upcoming election. But nobody's thinking about that. You got world powers getting into it with the U.S. Trying to apply pressure, because they see the U.S. is in the position we're in. You know what I'm saying? Worldwide, and our people they don't want to listen, they don't want to heed. You know what I'm saying? Even with the channels get built up, brothers get the followers or whatever, people still don't want to click on the videos. They still don't want to watch. They don't want to listen. All right. Traitors having a form of godliness, which this is how you know this is Jake, having a form of godliness but denying the power thereof, from such turn away. And all the black, so-called Latin American, so-called Latino people, look at us. Look at how we love going to church. Look at how we love, our people get way into it, too far into it, dancing, going over the top, Everybody in their family, they got somebody who's just a so-called Jesus free, or just over the top with it, And then they'll tell you that this is how you do it. They have a form of godliness, they believe in the Creator, but they deny the true power. They deny the name. They deny that he's a so-called dark-skinned man, and they deny that his favorite people are the so-called Native American, Black, and Latino people. So they deny who his people are. They deny his will. Okay, they deny his message. They deny his messengers, because the scriptures talk about the prophets are the mouthpiece of the Lord. All right, so all these things, man, and people are just playing around. And they think that this is just gonna, bounce back, or whatever. This is just another day in America rolling with the punches. No, this is the setup for the end. Okay, going back to that day of the Lord that the scriptures talk about, that year, acceptable year of the Lord. All right, and he said he would come back, but then he also tells you, he told you, which we're reading now, the conditions of the battle in which he's going to come back in, and everything is a check. Everything is a check. All right, it said, for of this sort are they which creep into houses and lead captive silly women, laden with sins, led away with diverse lusts. Ever right, and what do you see? Think about that. What do you see when you go to a church in the community of the Israelites? What do you see? A bunch of silly ass women in there trying to outdress each other. None of them really have anything. Because Esau done took everything. But they come in there, they had a little dressing contest, especially the older ladies who've been there for a while. They gotta try to show something for all of the years that they've been putting money into it, and they've been there, right? They got the little $300 hat, the $200 shoe, whatever, man. Whatever. All these things are hitting them. It said, ever learning and never able to come to the knowledge of the truth. Exactly. And you got all kind of resources online, man. You got all kind of stuff on Instagram, which, if you're a lot of brothers are visual learners, and that's good, man, because you can go on these different sites and you can see and you can link the scriptures, and brothers do that. All of this stuff, all of these resources, like I said, never able to come to the knowledge of the truth. Now, as Jannes and Jambres withstood Moses, so do these also resist the truth. Men of corrupt minds reprobate concerning the faith. And when you look at that, man, all of that stuff, which, one of the things when you're a child, what they do is they show you. You know what I'm saying? You can count 2 on your hand. You can count 2 plus 2. Boom, boom, boom. You can count 2 plus 3. Boom, boom, boom. And then, if you can't learn by that, you get the abacus out. You slide it over. Boom, 2 plus 2. Okay, you can't do it that way. Get the flashcards out here. Count for yourself. All these different things which, you do for a child. But then you do it for grown men. You do it for grown women. And they've become so corrupted by the ways of this place. By, the bullshit which Esau allows. Esau allows adultery. He allows homosexuality. All of these things, you're so corrupted, you can't even see something that's so basic and simple. All right? And that's why ultimately, the Lord is going to destroy 2/3 of the nation of Israel, and he's going to bring hell upon Babylon. All right? And he's going to have, of course, like we always say, 144,000 men of the each tribe. And then, of course, you got, families and friends of the prophets and all these other people. And Jannes and Jambres, those are the two witches who went before Moses, and of course, Moses' serpent ate the serpent that they created. You know what I'm saying? And they battled with him. They battled, but they knew. They knew. They knew. They knew that he had power. They knew of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh. If they were on a high enough level, they would have had to know. Because they would have been trying to put on their spells on them. They would have tried to put on all kind of incantations on them. And the Egyptians were powerful. They were into some dark shit. To this day, you still got niggas who seek after that darkness. Because it stayed alive, and then of course Esau dug it up and brought it back again. Well, there's a so-called white man once again. Bada boom. Hey, but Lord willing is edifying. The whole chapter's good. Here it is. It ain't even, like I said, it ain't even the 4th yet, and Jake is shooting off fireworks. But you're not free. You're not free. Even for Juneteenth, a lot of our people weren't free. You still ain't free. If they say put the mask on, if they say put 2 masks on, Jake is gonna put 2 masks on. If they say when you use fireworks, please use rubber gloves, even though the fucking thing is gonna melt from you having them hot ass fireworks in your hand or whatever. People are gonna put the gloves on anyway. Hey, that's why the scriptures say to the pure. Well, we can end off with that. We can end off to that. And Salakia. Yep, Titus 1:15. Unto the pure, all things are pure, but unto them that are defiled and unbelieving is nothing pure. So for us, for a lot of people, it's nothing pure. Not the Bible, not nothing. Even though they got the zeal, even though they have a form of godliness, they kind of have that in them, have it because it is written deep in you, but it has to be has to be activated. You know, the Lord has to quicken your spirit, of course. Yep, unto them that are defiled and unbelieving is nothing pure, but even their mind and conscience is defiled. And when you let yourself get to that point where you're just not listening, you just completely defiled, there's nothing else you can do. That's it. You know, that's why this is given to the believers, man. That's why belief is so important, because everybody talks about it, but what's up? Do you live it? All right. Do you constantly relate to it? Do you bask in it? Hey, our people had a history. You know, when we knew we were Israel, we basked and we celebrated in the glory of the Lord. Even when we lost, even when we were humble, we still was seeking the Lord. Okay, it said they profess, it's verse 16, they profess that they know the Most High, but in works they deny him, being abominable and disobedient, and unto every good work reprobate. Exactly. And you know, you don't want to be that person, man. Just completely disobedient, denying, you know, here it is, you talk about it, but in your works, you're not committed to it. You're not thinking about it. All right? That's what makes you a reprobate. That's what you don't want to be. Hey, call hello, Yahweh Ba'Shem, Yahweh Shai Ba'Shem Kagadas. Lord willing, this is edifying, man, because, you know, I've been watching a lot of videos, man, and brothers are talking about the same thing: growth, becoming better, you know, becoming sharper. And these scriptures, they truly keep you sharp if you honor them and hold them close. Lord willing, this is edifying. Shalom.